And so this camera is RX10. The good thing about this camera is that it has two rings of power. The first one is the zoom in zoom out one. If we switch it on, so this becomes the zoom in zoom out ring. The other one is the aperture ring. And as we know, while as other lenses, the moment you zoom in, the aperture falls whenever you zoom in on the focal length. But here the aperture remains constant at 2.8. So that means in low light you can shoot. While as if you want to shoot in low light, you need to get a different lens, which is a fast lens. But because it has a constant 2.8, so you can shoot in low light. Besides that, it has one more display over here, which is a new introduction of these cameras. So here you can actually get the details of the shutter speed and other exposure settings. And besides that, it tells you about the battery levels and other things. And when it is dark, there is no light, so there is one more button over here which you can press. And the LCD has a backlight with which you can use it even when there is no light around. The other thing which it has on the dashboard is the exposure compensation dial, while as on the other cameras which are much higher on the level by the competitors. So the exposure dial, you can directly change the exposure compensation from +0 to +3, and it can go up to -3. And here also we have a wide and tele wedge with which you can zoom in, zoom out, which is giving you easy control if you want to go on a smooth zoom in, zoom out. So you have it here. And if you don't want to use it, so you can directly zoom in, zoom out with the second ring of power. On the back side of the panel, we have a hot shoe. We can fix any of the accessories, which includes microphones, flashes, and whatever you want if there are other plugins which you want to use. The viewfinder has one sensor on its side. The moment you bring it close to your eye, you don't have to switch it on. The moment you bring it close, it automatically shifts to the viewfinder mode. And when you are trying to shoot it again in an LCD, you have to just bring it back to the mean position and the LCD will start working. The other good thing about this is that you can use this viewfinder as your darkroom because it's not an optical one. So if you want to check the true colors of your picture, you directly view into the viewfinder on the preview mode and you get the true colors of your picture, which becomes a plus point of the optical the electronic viewfinder. The other things are that there is this record button. You can shoot the video also on it, and it is supplied with normal SD cards. And because of that, if you are using normal SD cards, which are easily available and they are cheaper other than CFC cards, so that is one plus point over there. The lens, you can't change it, but then the focal range is from 70 to 200, and you can get a wide and a telephoto both. And that's why they have supplied it with a flower hood, so that whenever you're shooting on a wide, there is no vignetting and you can get a wide angle shot on that. And the sensor is good over there. The ISO range is also very good, and you have an easy dial at the back of it with which you can change the setting. There's a jog dial also with which you can change the settings.